Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss the concept of D'Alembert principle which is related to kinetics of motion. D'Alembert principle we can consider for any body which is connected with a string with another body and the body is subjected to external force. So let's start the concept of D'Alembert principle. But D'Alembert principle is related to inertia force. So here first of all we have to discuss about the inertia force. So first let's start the discussion of inertia force. And if we define the inertia force, so inertia force we consider as the resistance against the external force only which resisting the motion of the body in the direction of force. So if we define the inertia force, so the force which resists the change in velocity of the body and the acceleration. So this particular force is called inertia force. And this particular inertia force depends or based on the Newton's law of motion. Here we consider the Newton's second law of motion where force is proportional to rate of change of momentum. Now if we define the inertia force, so this is our body. Here you can see this is the body and this body is placed on a surface. The surface can be smooth surface or it can be rough surface. If it is a smooth surface, so there is no friction force we consider. If there is a rough surface, so friction force will exist here. And this particular body is subjected to one external force in particular direction. And when it is subjected to external force, and if this external force is greater than the friction force, if we are considering existence of friction force, so in that case this force will try to move the body in this particular direction of force. So the inertia force we considered as the force which is resisting the motion of the body in the direction of force, or in short we can say the force which is resisting the change of velocity and the acceleration of the body. Here when we apply external force, so first when the body is in rest condition, the velocity will be 0. And if we are increasing the magnitude of force, in that case the velocity will start changing or it will start increasing, and because of increase in velocity the body will move in the direction of force. And inertia force we are considering which is applied against the direction of external force which is resisting the change in velocity and acceleration of any kind of body. So inertia force is what? It is the resistance against the external force, or inertia force we can consider it is always equal and opposite to external force. When it is greater than the external force, so the body will move in this particular direction, and when it is less than the external force, so the body will move in the direction of force. So this inertia force should be equals to external force and it should be opposite to external force. In that case only this particular force will resist the change in velocity and acceleration. So this is about the inertia force. Now let's talk about the D'Alembert principle. Now let's discuss the D'Alembert principle. So as per the D'Alembert principle, the system of force acting on a body in motion is in equilibrium with inertia force or reverse effective force. So if we are considering any body which is subjected to number of forces, that is convert the body into or under the application of system of forces. So here we are considering this is a body which is in rest condition initially, and if we are applying number of forces F1, F2 and F3, these number of forces are representing the system of forces. So these forces are called the external forces, and after application of this external forces, this body will try to move in the direction of force. So to resist the velocity and acceleration of this particular body, we will apply one inertia force in opposite direction of system of forces or in opposite direction of motion. So inertia force is generally representing the resisting force which is resisting the or which is not changing the velocity and acceleration of the body. Here whatever velocity the body have, inertia force will try to change the velocity in opposite direction, means the body, if it is in motion condition, so the inertia force will convert the body into rest condition. So D'Alembert principle is saying the system of force which is acting on a body and the body is in motion is in equilibrium with the inertia force or the reverse effective force. So if we find out the resultant of these number of forces, so F1, F2 and F3 are the number of forces, so resultant will act in the direction of force. So this particular force we are considering as the resultant. So as per the D'Alembert principle, resultant of forces should be equal to inertia force. Whatever resultant we are getting as per the system of force, that resultant will act opposite to the inertia force, and the magnitude of that particular resultant should be equals to inertia force. So in that case we can say the system of forces which is acting on the body when the body is in motion condition, it is in equilibrium with the inertia force or the reverse effective force. This inertia force is also called reverse effective force. If the inertia force is greater than the external force, so in that condition the body will move in this particular direction or in the direction of inertia force. But if the inertia force is less than the external force, so the body will move in the direction of force. So the inertia force and the external force should be equal in magnitude, or we can say if we are considering number of forces, so for the system of forces we will determine the resultant. So the resultant in magnitude should act in opposite direction but with equal magnitude. If the magnitude will be equal, then only the velocity and acceleration will not change. So this is the concept of D'Alembert principle. And this D'Alembert principle we generally consider for the bodies which are connected with each other by a string. We will consider one body which is connected with the string with another body, and that body is subjected to external force. So for this particular condition we generally apply the concept of D'Alembert principle. To solve these kinds of problems we generally apply the concept of D'Alembert principle. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and subscribe to Ekeeda.